Why ya dear Coco, would you call this sika to kill ye? Sika to kill ye, sika to kill ye, would you Coco could you? Why dare you? Me and me Brano, me and me Brano, me and me Brano, oh, Virginia, me, why dare you? Why dare you? Are they 200 Ghana cities? I knew when they took Coco. Mo trateme me kwaka mo trateme mo macheme mo nkume dia mo pano mo nya ya bre okuafo ya bre e nkwasasa.
So from the video you saw there, cocoa farmers are disappointed in government's producer price for the 2025-2026 season, which saw an increase of 128 Ghana cedis per bag. And Concerned Farmers Association are saying that they're better off with a good producer price than all incentives to be introduced to the cocoa farmers. We hear from the president of the association, who says Finance Minister Dr. Kasela has forced too much on them. Also, we'll take a look at, so for this conversation, we have in studio Farmer General Nana Obuade Boateng Bonsu. And Nana Obuade, thank you so much for joining us this morning. He's the president, Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana. From the video we just saw, it invokes a lot of emotions. This man is outrightly lashing a cocoa tree to express his disappointment in the producer price of cocoa. Let's start with a general overview of how things have evolved from the time the announcement was made to this point this morning. But before then, I understand we have our lead data and researcher with us with some data to actually paint the picture before we come to Nana Obuade. Isaac Kofi-J, take us away. Isaac Kofi-J is our lead data analyst and researcher here at Joy News, and he's put together some presentation that paints the picture of exactly where we are, where we started from, and perhaps explain the reason why the farmers are agitated. And Isaac Kofi-J joins us via Zoom now. Kofi, so what does the data say?
Sweetie, I think it's a cocktail of feelings, especially from government, and then also what farmers are also saying. In terms of the numbers, we all know cocoa prices have been increased by some 4.1%. But this year, in terms of the announcement, there was something we saw that was a bit unique, where government decided to announce the price of cocoa first in dollars before, telling farmers how much they were going to get per bag in cedis. And it and to put across that the Finance Minister, Kasela, just about 2 weeks ago when he read the media budget, was very emphatic, saying that, well, quotations in dollars are not allowed. And so he was urging businesses and private entities to start quoting prices in dollars. But it was interesting that he, when mentioning or when announcing the new producer price of cocoa, decided to announce in dollar terms before converting it into cedis. And in fact, if you do the math, farmers are not really getting much, and that's why possibly you are seeing the outrage and farmers not happy with the current adjustment, because what we understand is that the least they were expecting was about 4,000 Ghana cedis per bag. Currently, they get 3,100 Ghana cedis per every 64 kg bag that they sell. But the new price means that they will get an additional 128 Ghana cedis to that price, sending it to 3,228. The expectation was that, looking at the current global price and all of that, farmers were expecting a bigger magnitude in terms of the increment. But government's argument is that, well, we all know what is going on in the economy and the appreciation of the cedi. If you actually seasonalize that data, it will not be possible to actually do that. And so you see the producer prices have been announced by, increased by 62.58%, and the, what goes to the farmer actually being increased by just 4.1%. And so farmers aren't happy with this kind of announcement, simply because of what they are seeing on the global market and the promise of President Mahama to give them 70% of the world market. 70% of the world market in terms of the price of cocoa. But what was announced, which the finance minister said they have kept their word, per our fact check is false. Because if you look at the number on the screen right now, the current world market price is around $7,601. The average in the last 6 months is hovering around $9,000. And so to give farmers 7,000 or to set the FOB price at $7,200 and say you're giving them 70%, it's a direct contrast to what the president promised in July of 2024, which he said he was going to give farmers 70% of the world market. If you could go back, to the first slide, it will show you, if you do the math, how that, let's go forward in terms of the slide. If you do the math, you see how the world markets, which was 7,600, the current one, and the average has been around 9,000. This slide, paints the picture. So you see the world price been around $7,601, which is the current price. 70% of that would have been 5,320 Ghana cedis instead of what the finance minister mentioned. What he announced was 70% of the FOB price and not the world market price. And so we all know what is actually going on. And the argument is that, look, it's simply because of the exchange rate situation where last year we had to work with an exchange rate of 16 cedis to the dollar. And possibly that's why you saw huge increments in the last 2 seasons. But this time around, if you look at the data, what you see is that farmers are not going to see that stratospheric rise in the price of cocoa, where this time around it's been a bit stable. Looking at it on the, if you look at the chart that's on your screens right now, if you actually go ahead to do the rate of increase in the last 10 seasons, you will know that this is one of the lowest we've ever seen, where in the last 2 seasons, we've had prices going up as high as more than 1,900 Ghana cedis per bag. And so it's simply because of the exchange rate situation, that's why farmers could not enjoy the kind of increment they were expecting. But on top of that, government is aware that, well, the 128 Ghana cedis we are giving you in addition may not be adequate or significant. So what we are doing is that the IMF program, which possibly precluded government from going ahead to do free fertilizers and all of that, we are going to introduce that as a form of incentives. Yeah. But farmers are saying, well, we all know how you share the fertilizers. We all know how those who do not belong to a certain political color may not be considered and all of that. So give us our money. Let's buy our fertilizers ourselves. And then what is due us, the at least 4,000 Ghana cedis that they were expecting, they will possibly go ahead. And so you see on your screens that the average price of cocoa in the last 6 months has been $8,786, dollars per ton. And farmers were expecting 70% of this. But the press release that was put out, the finance minister decided to use the FOB price and not the world market price. So it simply means that if we had used the world market, which the president had promised, farmers would have enjoyed a bigger increase in terms of what was announced. And if you see the price of cocoa, although it is dropping, it is still very, very high. And the question is, how did government also arrive at the FOB price? Because you have world market average being more than close about $9,000 per bag. You also have, the exchange rate situation and all of that. So how did government arrive at an FOB price of 7,200, which is relatively lower than the current cocoa price, the world market price, and the average in the last 6 months? Right. And if you are seeing an increase in cocoa export revenue, it's not because we are exporting more of the beans, but it's simply because of the high prices. And the high prices means that if you export the same amount of cocoa maybe you did last year, you still get more because the prices are relatively higher. And because this year we are not doing more of the forward sales agreement, we are doing a mix where we are selling on the spot market and then also selling some of the cocoa beans in advance. And so this is what we know in terms of the data, where what was announced by the finance minister is not 70% of the world market as promised by the president, but rather 70% of the FOB price, which is relatively lower than the world market. And that's why farmers are currently not happy with the current announcement that the finance minister put out.
So Kofi, what's on the screen now? That's gone. The $8,000 is the world market price averagely per ton, right?
Yes, the average in the last 6 months, right? And so if you are going to set an FOB price, farmers would have expected an FOB price of, let's say, 7,600 and not the 7,200 that government said. If you set a lower FOB price, farmers will get a lower increase, right? And so if we were supposed to consider the increment in the last 6 months and the current price, farmers were expecting a higher FOB price. And even if you are giving them 70% of that, it would have been better than possibly setting an FOB price of 7,200. And they were expecting at least 7,600 in terms of the FOB prices. So the difference is about $400, which is huge when you convert in cedis.
There is our lead data and research analyst, Isaac Kofi. Isaac Kofi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And that brings us back into the studio to continue the conversation. Like I mentioned, we have Farmer General Nana Obuadie Boateng Bonsu. He's the president of the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana. Nana, Isaac Kofi has painted the picture for us. And something he said that also stayed with me is that it appears this conversation we're having right now is because of the exchange rate. But like I asked you in the morning, the beginning of the conversation, I want you to expatiate on how things have evolved from the day you heard this announcement through the reactions of your people till now that we're about to have this conversation. What's on your mind?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And then good morning to your viewers and then to all the concerned farmers across the country, especially the cocoa farmers in the Seshuyo, so Adabo Chrome, and then all the farmers across the country. It was a shock when I heard the news, though I wasn't all that surprised because I know that the dollar rate is coming down and then it's coming down, and then Ato has forced too much in a way that it has made our cocoa price, and then it has made we the farmers been suffering, you know. And the problem now is a dialogue between the farmers and cocoa board. Before you come out with a price and then you know the exchange rate, how the dollar now has depreciated or is down, what do? You go back to the people and then talk to them, engage them. If you can't do that, that is why the concerned farmers, we are there. We have been advocating for cocoa farmers for the past 25 years. We have been doing this for so many years. We know the farmers, they know us, and they do listen to us.
Do I hear you say you were not consulted? There was no engagement between the farmers?
No. If the cocoa board do have their people that maybe they'll be calling them, but the people that will consult them, they are not the people that the farmers listen to, or they don't even go to the grassroots for the farmers to know that this is the situation. It's like a member of parliament. You can't just wake up and go to parliament and tell the speaker that this is what your constituency want.
Yeah, without actually
asking your assembly members and other things within your electoral area. The same thing applies to the farmers. We have chief farmers across all the cocoa, the district, the 72 cocoa district. So when you represent farmers on the board, and then there's issue, you have to come down and then let the people understand. That is why we have this FBO. That is why we, the concerned farmers, we are there. So what do we tell us? We will go through the grassroots and then let the people understand that this is the situation on the ground. This is what everybody is saying.
Concern, Dr. Randiabe explained that they have been on their farms and they bring pictures of
so I mean, Kojo was trying to say, Kojo, you have to fix your microphone. Kojo is, you had a question about how Randy...
I don't doubt what Randy is doing. Randy is doing well by engaging these farmers and other things, right? But then, that is not the way to go. Getting 2 or 3 farmers, you've done nothing. you get my point. We have a way of meeting them. Randy is a new in the block. And Randy have to know, you see, there are a lot of tricks and a lot of tactics within the cocoa board. And if care is not taken, Uncle Randy, so why really there? Because we are on the field and we know what is happening. So if you don't deal with the FBOs and you try to go directly with the farmers like that, there'll be a problem. Because at the end of the day, you can still deal with it.
There's a bit more I want us to talk about this. We'll come to Nana Obuade on this particular bit, you know, about the engagement, sort of, because Randy says they engage with the farmers on the farms, and we saw visuals of that. Nana Obuade is saying that you need to engage more like the CSOs that have regular interactions with the farmers, you know, to help you out on that. I want us to explore it more on that.
And I mean, Kojo, what I'm hearing is we are here right now because they didn't give the farmers a chance to actually get this information firsthand before making it a public thing. You know, if they were to be informed that based on our calculations, based on how the CD is appreciating, and based on all the calculations, I mean, the mathematics of it, this is what we've arrived at, and then called perhaps the concerned farmers, called all the stakeholders who are actually on ground to engage them. Perhaps the reaction we are seeing, a man lashing his cocoa tree just to register his displeasure, would not be something that we are seeing. So maybe the question is, why? I mean, and again, which farmers, because we saw videos or pictures, which farmers were those? Because if a farmer is lashing the cocoa tree, then of course, he dislikes what has been done. We are being told that they engage farmers. So who are part of these farmers that they met? Well, you're making a point.
Yeah. You see, so what I'm saying is those representing the farmers on the board are people that we, the farmers ourselves, we don't even know them. Because Kokoshi has failed that long time. Kokoshi doesn't exist. So if still Kokobot is working with Kokoshi and other things, they have to go back to their records. Or ask the Nakofa people. They would let you know that at the end of the day, there was a court issue and then they cleared them out. So
they cleared them out from where? From the board?
They don't exist again. Not that they cleared them from the board. They don't exist again. We see this people...
As an organization...
Don't they own cocoa farms?
Chief, if you own a cocoa farm, it doesn't make you a cocoa farmer.
Hey.
Yes.
How?
You can own a cocoa farm. You are here. All right. Right? Yeah. You can own a farm at, how do you call it, a Jabuso, or let's say, Adabokro, or Pillar 34. Right? Though you can call yourself being a farmer, but then you don't know what is within or what it takes to be a farmer, or what is happening.
But who's the cocoa for? Who's the cocoa farm for?
You can own a farm for yourself. You're a farm owner, but you are not a farmer.
So the decisions about cocoa affect me.
It affects
you because I pay the farmers.
Fine, but then when they put you on board, on cocoa board right now, for you to be a farmer representative, and there's a decision about this pricing and other things, the kind of input that you make will affect the farmers. All because you are not on the field. You don't know what the farmers go through. That is a challenge now. Because those that they are representing the board, you know, when Boy Hinudu was there, Boy Hinudu called all the FVOs, and then we met in Kumasi about the new price that they want to come out with. And then they told us how everything will go, how farmers, the cocoa is being kept for some time, and then they release it and other things. The chief farmer who represents farmers on cocoa board raised his hand to ask a question, and then he told why he needed that. Chief, Sankebeya, he had touch. A whole chief farmer was saying that he needed a torch. Farmers need torchlight. There's a flashlight. And that is not what we need. So people were so angry about what he said. And the same thing that is happening, because when you have such people representing farmers on the board, how can we prosper? How can the farmers go forward? And how can you know the problem that the farmers are facing? And that is what is happening. Because we, each and every day, we are on the field. If it is not about today's program, like I'm supposed to be at Adabokro, just to meet some of the farmers. From there, I have to go to Samaboy, because Monday, they are moving with buses to Accra to stage a demonstration. And the video that you saw is just a tip of an iceberg. There was videos that were cutting down their cocoa trees and other things just to destroy it. And the farmers, they can do that all because Cocoa Board don't care about the tree. I've been saying this every day, and I've said this several times here, and not even Parliament. Parliament don't even care about our cocoa tree. Because if Parliament do care seriously and know that cocoa is the backbone of our economy, I don't think Parliament will be sitting down and then watching these galamseys and other things just to cut down cocoa trees.
But Parliament has done what it could.
They've not done anything.
They've not done anything. Referred you to his input in Parliament even in 2023 on this galamsey thing in relation to cocoa. But the point is, you said they are going to stage a demonstration on Monday?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
At where?
They said they are coming to Cocoa House.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a whole lot of issues that we have to go talk to some of them because they are coming in and out self. We don't even know how it's going to happen. And then when you touch a cocoa farmer, you touch the world.
What is the ask? What is the demand? This demonstration?
The whole thing is, we are the grassroots people and we know their call. Their demand, what they are saying is the pricing is not good for them. And I have engaged some of them on phones and other things because I have not been able to meet them one-on-one, but on a phone and then this PH system on their information centers to talk to them about how the system is. But yet still, we need to get to them and talk. Now, government have done well by adding all these kind of fertilizers and then pesticides and other. It is a very nice idea. It is good. But that is not what the farmers want. Because at the end of the day, the farmers don't get that input. Cocoa board have all these things, very nice package. But the farmers themselves don't get it.
Who does it go to then?
Yes, those that they collect the things, it doesn't reach the farmers. Some get it, some don't also get it. I've been hearing people that they said, if you don't belong to NDC, you don't get it. It's not true. Just that there are some people within that they are doing all these things. So Cocoa Board has to sit down and do a strategy very well and know how he will engage farmers and then how he will be distributing things or how farmers will be getting some of these things. There's another incident about this scholarship and other things. For so many years that we've been farming and other things, we've not been able to get scholarship. The government of the day led by John Dramani Mahama said it's going to get scholarship and other things. But some of the farmers, can we trust the system? Though it is good and it is nice, it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it will end up people manipulating the system. Because most of the things that they do, they don't involve with the farmers. That has been the challenge.
But when Cocoa Scholarship was there, how was it being done?
Cocoa Scholarship was in the place. You can go do a whole documentary on Cocoa Scholarship and see the number of cocoa farmers that they got it.
Okay.
How can a lawyer who doesn't own a farm, his son, get benefit from this Cocoa Scholarship? They get it. And so all these stories about child labor and other things, it is a scam, it is not true, it is fake. So don't believe all these stories.
So how much exactly would make you farmers happy?
Well, with our identification of community challenges and then engagement with some of the farmers and then a lot of them, majority are calling for 4,000, at least, minimum 4,000. Because adding up all these pesticides, fertilizers and other things to it, I think it will make sense to the farmers. So
you'd have loved that there will be an addition of 900 cities to the 3,100 to take it to 4,000 per bag.
Because, see, we have these weeding gangs that they have been weeding our cocoa farms for 2 solid years. This is making the farmers lazy and it's making the farmers absentees, not to go to their farms. So the farmers are saying that, why don't you add up this money that we are giving to these weeding gangs to our bags? So at the end of the day, it will empower us to do their job. A lot of young people got into this thing through our interventions and our education that we give them. But at the end of the day, a lot of them are withdrawing backwards. There's a young cocoa farmer, an award winner, who cut down all his cocoa trees. I have the video. They get it. At Prisia Muni Valley, cut all his cocoa trees to plant rubber because the rubber is fetching more than the cocoa.
When did this happen?
That was 3 years ago.
Okay.
You see, and it is ongoing and people are doing it. There are a lot of things that has been happening. At the moment, others are giving out their cocoa trees to these galamsees and other things. I made mention of parliament and you don't want me to go deep into parliament. Please. Cocoa is the backbone of our economy. And without the farmers, there will be no this parliamentarians will not be there. We have people that they live in the cocoa growing area. Ask them, what are they doing? What is their input when this issue came? Everybody, all of them are thinking of themselves, but they're not thinking about the state, how the country will run. Nobody is thinking about it. You can't do politics with this kind of our issue. This issue is not about politics. So politicians have to stay away from this. You get it? For we, the farmers, to deal with Cocoa Board to make sure that what we need, we get it.
Yes.
Because the moment you bring politics, we will not get one single cocoa bean in this country.
Okay.
Because already the other people are playing politics with it, and the farmers get pissed off when they hear doing MPP, NDC kind of thing with it.
You said they should leave you, the farmers, to deal with Cocoa Board. Has there ever been a time in our history where you were not satisfied with the producer price or whatever the mathematics of it, and you actually, engaged Cocoa Board and they sort of increase the price for you? Has there ever been a time where a situation like that surfaced and you went to Cocoa Board and said, this just doesn't work for us, and they actually met you halfway or something?
Well, Cocoa Board has never met us in a way. What we do is we do more of advocacy because we stopped writing letters to most of the institutions because they don't reply letters. They find it very lazy to read. So they will not spend time to write letters to institutions or even to give a call and other things. When you see it on the media and then you approach us, fine.
Has your advocacy yielded desired results?
A lot.
Okay.
Let's go back to the first answer. You said Cocoa Board has never met you before.
No.
But you mentioned a while ago that you met in Kumasi.
No, it was if I say Cocoa Board has engaged, she was talking about engaging, about us in one-on-one engaging with this kind of, but it was a whole of all the FBOs that they called.
Yeah,
I wasn't invited.
Her question was...
I wasn't invited, but I went.
The question is not about you.
Yes.
The question is about cocoa farmers. Has there ever been a time when you were not happy with pricing and farmers met with Cocoa Board to express your displeasure?
No, that one.
They listened?
No, that one. I don't know. I have no idea about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you don't know and it's never happened before, now we're assuming it's never happened before.
Yeah.
What is the guarantee that this demonstration or your current avenues of registering displeasure would actually yield some results? You want at least 4,000 Ghana cedis.
Well, it is not we that we are calling for demonstration. It is the farmers that
want to demonstrate.
Okay. And we've been an advocacy group for them, and then we know their challenges and other things, are trying our best to engage them in a way that the government will do what? Will listen to us. I'm a cocoa farmer myself. I'll be happy if the cocoa price even go up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, because all of us are working for a living. Because at the end, the workers at Cocoa Board, they are earning more than we, the farmers that we are on the field, even doing our jobs.
Right.
You see, it's like we are feeding people for them to grow, and then we are growing. That is the whole thing. But what?
So in your engagements with these cocoa farmers who are threatening to go on this demonstration, are you asking them to calm their tempers and hold on while you advocate for a better price for them? Is that a subject of your engagement?
That is what I'm trying to do. Because if we don't go that way, it will tarnish the image of the country. That is one. Our cocoa will not be bought again. Already there's red flag on our cocoa that if care is not taken, our cocoa will not be bought globally. All because we are doing deforestation, we are doing galamsey, and all these things is affecting the cocoa.
Right.
So we are trying our best in a way. But then we are not seeing any effort from Cocoa Board. But we will still do that, all because cocoa is Ghana and Ghana is cocoa.
On that point, let's invite our audience to join us. 0302-211-691 is the number to call. Let's hear what you have to say about this matter. And if you have any questions, Nana Obuadi is right here in the studio to answer those questions for you. So callers, we want to hear your thoughts on this matter. It's a national issue. Everyone has to say. So let's hear your thoughts as well. Nana Obuadi, so I mean, as we speak, you have also said that you understand that it's the interest rate, or the exchange rate rather, that's caused this problem. So you actually see the wisdom in the upward adjustment in terms of the dollar value. It's just that when it comes into the cedi equivalent, that's where you have a problem. So would you say that what we are seeing right now, you guys, you cocoa farmers, are just a victim of circumstance? Or you just think that if the government wanted to do better, they could have done better?
It is two ways. Government can do better because government is already doing better by giving out this kind of incentives, scholarship, giving out these agrochemicals and other things. And we are telling him that we thank him so much. Add all this money to us. Don't give out these things for free. Ivorians are not doing the things for free. They get it. And they are doing well, better than us. You are giving things for free. I don't know whether even stat is there. Every year, 7 million seedlings is being produced for cocoa farmers. And let us ask, how many years will a government stay in power? 4 years. 7 times 4 is how much? How many? 7 million times 7 or times 4. And then cocoa is 3 years, or let's say 4 years to mature. So why is it that our cocoa keep on declining? We have done the studies and we know the loopholes and what is happening. And none of them is approaching us. I remember when Dr. Friakoto was there. We did a report and then we sent it to Dr. Friakoto. Within 30 seconds,
actually,
30
Nana,
minutes.
I'm interested in this story, but I want us to pick our first caller so we don't hold the line for too long. We have Hamza from Ashaiman. Hamza, let's hear you out.
Good morning, Sweetie. Good morning, Kwajo, and good morning, Nana Bonsu. Thank you for the good work you are doing, Nana Bonsu, especially. Yesterday, I watched you on PMS Press, and I learned you were saying Autofortin has forced on the dollars too much. I think it was positive. It was positive, right? Yes. If we look at the pricing of cocoa this season, let's look at something from 2017-18. Nana, please, if I'm wrong, I think cocoa prices were not increased. Yeah. If my memory serves me right.
That's factual. Yeah.
Nana Bonsu.
Yes, he's responding.
There was no increase in cocoa price.
You are right.
Yes, and so government of 6 months, at least, I will ask the cocoa farmers, they deserve better. Their agitations are legitimate, but I would like to beg that we slow down for the government. This is the 6 to 7, 8 months, 128 point something increase. Let's give them from next year when they are fully settled. Then, if this increment, we don't get a 70+% of how we were promised, then we will go hard on the government. But again, I will thank Nana for the good work they are doing for cocoa farmers, and I will also ask the cocoa farmers not to listen to these people that stayed in power for 8 years. 2 years, they didn't increase cocoa prices. Please.
But it's the same thing that I.
These people have no moral right to speak about government.
Okay, great. That is fine. Yeah, we need to pick another person here. The numbers to call are on the screen. You can call so that you join us here on this discussion. Nana, you're making a point.
Yeah.
When we went off. Yeah.
We're going to tell a story in connection with whether or not if the government wanted to do better, they could do better. And then you are the ones on the ground saying you understand the loopholes. And there was a story coming. I don't know where it was going.
Yeah, and you see, the calls keep coming and I'm getting a little
confused.
bit...
It's okay.
The whole, I will just react to what Hamza is saying. We have no problem with the government. We all know how the system is. And then we are saying that now that the dollar is what? Is down. When it goes up, are we going to get our price up or it will still be like that? Because it is a trade. All of us are doing trade. So are we going to get it up or it's going to come down? That is what we are all calling for. Because at the end of the day, when you watch the interventions and other things that the government has put in place, it has done well. But we are saying that all these things that you are giving us, some of the people will not let the thing get with the farmers. So add this and ask money for our cocoa. If it is 200 cedis, just add up to it. We will buy our own cocoa, buy our own pesticides and use it because it's business. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself.
But just like you're saying, the fertilizer doesn't actually get to you, the cocoa farmers. How can you guarantee that if they add the value to the money for you, you'd actually buy the pesticides and stuff?
My sister, we are not doing the farming for government. We are doing it for ourselves. Just that government have the monopoly to sell it. So what we are saying is, do you know the number of young guys that they want to get into this? We have even a strategic plan for bringing this university student, the national service student, for them to do the artificial pollination.
Okay, Nana, hold on the artificial pollination. Let's bring in Aaron, who has joined us. Aaron, good morning. Hello, Aaron.
The gentleman speaking over there, I want to ask him. You see, sometimes they have to consider the rules that the government is going to construct. When all monies are, all their things, in every, the 40% that they are calling, the 4,000 that they are calling, if it is doing them, these same people, they will complain that they don't have good roads. So they have to consider this is the first time 2 years cocoa has been price. So they have to manage this and then expect the government for the best for next year.
But if the government is getting more, why do you think farmers don't have the right to demand for more?
Yes.
Now I'm asking that you say they should manage. And I'm asking you that
manage this one.
If government is getting more, why should the farmers not get more?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess
thank you, Aaron, for calling. I think we confused him there. You were saying that you are now trying to recruit students, university students, to do artificial pollination.
With our, it's a strategic plan that we've laid down that we want to give it to Cocoa Board, that all these national service students have to train. We have to train them. You know, we call it double up cocoa, because this year our target is to get. Sorry, next year our target is to get almost 2 million tons of cocoa, and we can do that if only Cocoa Board is ready for us. Because it's double up, it's artificial pollination that we are going to do. We are using this national service student to do that. We will train them and then for them to do that. This will encourage. Is that
the hand pollination?
The hand pollination.
Cocoa Board introduced.
Yes, okay. You know, because let's say you are the student and you are doing an acre of pollination for a farmer, and you are going to get like 5 bags or let's say 3 bags. The money that we are going to get, it will encourage you also for you to have a love.
Oh, so the plan is that when the person does the pollination, you give 3 bags out of the yield.
Exactly.
To the person who did the pollination.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You get it. So this is going to encourage the young people for them to also. Now this is we call it replacement, because now the cocoa farmers are aged. When you watch the guy that was doing it, and he's aged. I mean, we don't need such people again within the industry. Not that we don't need. They will be there, but they will be fading each and day out. You know. But how can we do this? Okay. Is Cocoa Board ready to receive this package that we are bringing on board?
I really think Cocoa Board should engage you. And
let's bring in Ganiu, yes.
Ganiu, thank you for calling. So what's on your mind? What's your issue?
Good morning to you and good morning to your viewers. And good morning to your panel. I listened to him very carefully. I think, you see, our leaders in politics, sometimes we should be principled. Principle is very good in politics. In opposition, you promise the people what the cocoa farmers that if they give you their mandate and you get the presidency, you let you them 1,000 tons per bag of cocoa. Today, you are there as president. You are there as Minister of Finance. You are there as Minister of Agri. Give the cocoa farmers the 6,000 Ghana, no more excuse. Why? Why are we going to disappoint these people? They were taking 3,100 Ghana cedi. You told the good people of this country that MPP and Akufo is cheating the cocoa farmers. Today, they gave you their mandate. Give them the 6,000. You say, hey, dollar, what and what? You were not talking about dollar. You were not talking about anything. You were telling MPP and Nana Akufo that cocoa price should go to 6,000. Today, you are in government. Akufo even told us on his patent that even their power, he is as finance minister today, after betting cocoa price will still go like they were saying in opposition. So I don't know why NDC people will now come and say that this price was, dollar was doing what and what. It's not about dollar. You are not paying cocoa bag dollars for the farmers.
All right.
Giving them cedi. So
thank you, Ganiu. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You shouldn't be misleading the public like that.
Okay. Ganiu there also sharing his views on the matter. He's saying that they should give you the 6,000 because that is the amount that was promised to you. Well, whether or not the exchange rate
that one was I think Erikopoku and then Atufos but they don't make a decision when it comes to the pricing. So that one, well, something that when it comes, all of us will be happy with it.
They play a role because the Cocoa Board is under the finance ministry.
Yes.
For example,
I know he played a role, but
and of course the person who did the announcement was a finance minister.
Yes, he said that we should get that kind of money, right? But looking now, with how the dollar now is getting to, if the dollar was supposed to stay, the whole problem is Atufos. I've been saying it. He has forced too much in a way that we, the farmers,
The caller asked, do you mean that in a negative way or a positive way?
Well, it is in a two-way. It's in a two-way. In other way, it is Ghana is, our economy has been booming in a way. At the same time, it is affecting with the farmers also. Because the pricing that we are supposed to get, that is not what we are getting.
But on that score, yeah, the world price of cocoa is not looking at how the city is behaving against the dollar in Ghana.
No.
The world price of cocoa is shooting up, right? So why should the gains of the city be a factor? Yeah, I'm trying to understand how that should be part of the factor, because if the world price is going up, without necessarily looking at the gains of the city in Ghana, why should farmers be told that because city has strengthened, we can't give you more?
Yeah, because
well, now you need less CDs.
No, because you see,
I'm asking,
the
why
dollar,
should that be
they trade in dollar.
Yes.
And they buy the cocoa in cedis. Because you can't, we are Ghanaians,
yes.
and our currency is cedis.
Yes.
You can't be trading dollar with us. They get it. So at the end of the day, they will go in for the dollar.
Yes.
For the dollar market, you know, get it, and then convert that one
into CD.
Do their calculation into CD for us.
Yes.
That is it.
Yes, and I'm saying that if the world market price, according to Kofi, is above $8,000, that's what they are getting. Why must it be a factor to say that because the city has strengthened, we are giving you $5,040 out of over $8,000 that they are getting? I want to understand why that should be a factor. Because if the city is strengthening, that should inure to the benefits of the farmer, not the government that says that I am getting more, but because I've done well for the city to strengthen, I'm giving you less. I don't know if you get my argument.
Not quite, but
over $8,600,
yes,
right?
Yes.
According to Kofi's analysis, that's what they're getting from the world market price. They're giving farmers $5,040, and the reason is that the city has strengthened. And I'm saying, so if the city goes bad, would they jump it to say that the city has gone back, so we're jumping it?
Well, that's how it is, because if at first $7,000 will give you maybe 20,000 Ghana cedis thereabouts,
anyway,
now it will give you less cedis.
I hope we have Kofi to help us out.
Well, yeah. Let's usher in Al-Hassan. Is it Al-Hassan? Al-Hassan, good morning. You're live on the AM show. What's on your mind?
Yes, what I want to discuss is it's like Ghanaians, excuse me to say, we are somehow ignorant about the whole thing that is happening. Okay, let me make it acknowledge. If I'm a farmer doing the previous, let's say, doing the MP time, and a bag of gold, 10,000, let's say I need to buy something.
Al-Hassan, I don't know if it's just a bad connection or if you can reposition, because we're losing a huge chunk of what you're saying. Let's try again.
Please don't listen to the television, listen to the phone, so we can have a...
I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yes, loud and clear, go.
Okay, we are talking about value for money here. So, for instance, if I'm a cocoa farmer doing the previous administration, and I need to buy something like, maybe I need to buy a vehicle from abroad or something, how many bags of cocoa, let's say a vehicle is $1,000, how many cocoa bags do I sell before I can buy that? You understand? But the gap, it's exactly.
No. But you're making a good point, but we are not getting you because the line keeps breaking.
I think to accept. And even dollar changing on all that, it is still up. It is still now 3,000. So there's other. It's just that to have the gap, and you need all this. It is simple and
unfortunately, the line keeps, breaking. Forgive us. But I think I heard him say we need to appreciate the government. As for that, I heard it. Okay. So he says that we need to appreciate the government for what they've done well.
You see, nobody said the government hasn't done well. Every government that comes, in a way, try to help cocoa farmers because they know that cocoa is the backbone of our economy. And when they joke with it, the country collapses. But now, with the situation on the ground, what we are calling is, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, if you are watching, please, our farmers are telling you that all these incentives and other things that he said we are giving them, he said add all this thing up. The fertilizers, whatever, add it up. We are going to have, from here, I think I have to be in the Western region, we will meet and then discuss, and then all of us will come into a conclusion. If it is being accepted, and then we just put it across so that you will just do that for us. Because at the end of the day, what is happening backstage, it is very dangerous. if cocoa farmers, even one farmer, cut 1 acre tree down, it will affect us because at the end of the day, we don't even produce enough. What Cocoa Board is expecting now is 40,000 tons. And even the 40,000 tons, they are struggling. And then now, this increment and other things is in it. And there's a lot of controversy and other things.
You're saying what they need is 40,000 tons?
40,000 tons, yes.
Okay, that translates into how many bags?
Because a ton is 15, so you go 15
times 40,000.
40,000, you know. So this is what is happening on the ground, and it is very sad. But maybe Cocoa Board are not seeing it. My brother Randy Abbey is new in the block, and then I think we are very sorry that welcoming you, it has become how come with this kind of situation, and we will deal with it, and then they are our farmers, and we will talk to them. We want to bring the tension down, and then this demonstration that they said they want to do, that is what we have to look at because it is very, very dangerous. And these people that they say they want to do it, they will, because this thing has eaten them.
While I understand, and in fact, I appreciate the wisdom behind saying convert the support you're giving us into money. Yeah. Would that be fair to this government? Because while the money you are getting right now is as a result of the produce you've given the government, it's an exchange, it's transaction. You're buying your cocoa from me, and so this is the amount of money you get. However, the support is coming, it's not government, you haven't done anything to earn that. That is government's way of cushioning you so that the exchange rate impact is not felt that much. So, for example, they said 6,000, you're not getting 6,000, so they're giving you free fertilizer, free pesticides, and the rest. If you're asking them to make that, turn that into money, you're inadvertently saying that they should pay you more than the value of your cocoa now.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Because
they should give you all that money.
Yeah, let's say you are giving me how many bags? Let's say every farmer is getting like 20 bags. How much is a bag of the fertilizer? If it is 1,000 cedis, or let's say 200 cedis for the whole 10 bags,
they should just give you the money.
Add the money. If the pesticide is like this, add the money. Because if you don't do it like that, it will be diverted. We all know. And we are so surprised that cocoa farmers, our fertilizers and our pesticides do be smuggling to a different sector, like Ivory Coast and other countries.
By your own people.
We don't do it. Is not we.
I follow the story in Bonsu, where some of the farmers who were given the fertilizer to supply to you were hoarding and selling at exorbitant prices and even smuggling. Same
Are
people
they farmers?
Some of them own farmers.
Yeah,
own farms.
Yeah, they are not farmers.
No, I said they own farms, so they are farmers.
No. You see, that is the big...
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, that's all that time allows us for. So that there is Farmer General Nana Obuadie Bonsu. He's the president of Concerned Cocoa Farmers Association. Thank you so much for coming.